All right, welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at switching chords between the E minor and the G. This is one of the most common chord changes, so we're going to be working on switching from your E minor to your G and trying to do that in an efficient and quick way. So we're going to first start with our E minor. We're going to take our first finger, put it on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th string, 2nd fret. We're going to take our second finger, put it on the 1, 2, 3, 4th string, 2nd fret. Now this is not the only way that you can play an E minor chord, but this is the best way to play it in order to do this quick chord change between an E minor and a G chord. E minor and G are very common chord changes, so you'll find that in a lot of songs. So if we play our E minor this way, then we can facilitate a quick change between the E minor and the G. Next, let's take a look at our G chord. We're going to take our first finger and put on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th string, 2nd fret. We're going to take our second finger, put it on the 6th string, 3rd fret. We're going to take our third finger and put it on the 1st string on the 3rd fret. Once again, there are other ways that we can play this chord, but we're just going to stick with this one for simplicity's sake for today. And once you have that one sounding good, let's work on switching between the two. So we're going to start again with our E minor chord. Now, when we go to switch to our G chord, our first finger, our pointer finger, is going to stay in place. And then what we're going to do is we're going to place our second finger onto the 6th string, 3rd fret, and then our third finger into place on the 1st string, 3rd fret. So again, we're going to take our E minor chord, we're going to leave our first finger in place, and then we're going to place our second finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, and our third finger on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. Now let's try it in reverse. So we're going to start with our G chord, and then what we're going to do is we're going to lift off our third finger, take our second finger and put it into place on the 4th string, 2nd fret. Again, that first finger stays planted. Starting from the G again to the E minor. Now you notice that I had to shift that finger a little bit. Sometimes you have to do a little shift, but that first finger stays on that 5th string. So again, let's try it one more time. So we're going to start with our E minor. We're going to take our second finger off, put it on the 6th string, take our third finger, put it on the 1st string. And then we're going to work in reverse. We're going to start from the G chord. You're going to take off that third finger, and then your second finger is going to go onto the 4th string, 2nd fret to get our E minor. I would suggest is that we work on going back and forth. Back and forth between the chords, so E minor to G major, E minor to G major. Now I also would suggest picking up a metronome. You can find a link to one in the description below. You could also find apps and online metronomes to help you with your timing. I would set it as low as you can go without making a mistake. So once you get comfortable switching between that E minor and that G, you can set that metronome painfully low, but try to follow along and change with the clicks. As you go along, you can increase the tempo until you get to the point where you're switching the chords cleanly and efficiently. All right, that's it for this quick lesson. If you found this helpful, don't forget to hit subscribe below, and happy practicing.